Going on to you, Capricorns. So after this, I'm gonna essentially switch back to shuffling up the cards and then showing y'all what I'm talking about. But I already did some of this video before. It's just that some technical issues happened and I had to go ahead and fix it. But there's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it, okay? It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways for you to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. Appreciate you. Shout outs to everybody that's come through, gotten a reading from me so far. I do everything from tarot card readings, birth chart readings, teach you how to do the tarot yourself, the books that I have that are out. Shout outs to y'all. Thank you in advance. So for you Capricorns, you have the Devil, the Justice, and the Knight of Swords. So for you Capricorns, I'm seeing that a lot of you, you're upset with somebody for playing you, making it seem like you're trash and you're whack and you're garbage and all this other type of stuff. Listen, the truth of the matter is that you're getting revenge on these people by not getting revenge on them. So much so to the point where these people think that, if they weren't superstitious before, which probably they were, they think that you were working some sort of magic or hoodoo or voodoo spells on them. That's how superstitious they've become, right? That's why it is that's why the Devil card popped up. Yes, the Devil card represents Capricorn, but it's here for a specific reason as well. They're looking at you Capricorns like, what did you do to them? Even though you Capricorns really didn't do anything. It's just that their own terrible decision making put them in a position where they're getting jammed up now. Because what do they expect? They're making dysfunctional decision after dysfunctional decision. So let me explain to you why. So, excuse me. The Knight of Swords represents how it is that they would come in, right? Try to make it seem like they were supposed to be your one and only, and that they really liked you, and that you Capricorns and them would actually be something together, right? You would actually be a relationship, right? Two peas in a pod, tight like glue, right? So what they didn't know is that you Capricorns were really serious about this, but they wasn't. So what happens is that they would say things knowing that that they would be saying it to get you emotionally hooked, and they would essentially end up regretting it later, obviously, because they started to switch up on you just like this after a certain while. And you Capricorns didn't necessarily know where exactly it is that they really were coming from. You didn't know why they were switching up on you, especially if you were really trying to be straightforward, and if you're trying to, not only you're trying to be honest with them, and they didn't respect your honesty and your transparency at all. And you Capricorns felt like, how could they throw this away so easily if you put so much in, and that, you were sincere, and how could they do this to you, right? And they couldn't tell how sincere you were. And that's the situation right there. That's the situation right there. Because they played you because they went on to another person just like that, or that you found out that they cheated, or that they switched up on you and started to treat you like, with disrespect out of nowhere. And you Capricorns are like, well, why are they doing this in the first place? They shouldn't even be doing this. And then now they're acting like, oh, well, they're not going to care. And now you Capricorns should shut up and do what it is that they tell you to do, right? Just be their flunky. So obviously you and them are not together anymore. But again, the Justice, their terrible decision making, one thing led to another, and now they're in a situation where they would really like your help, but you're not around, because they know more than likely you Capricorns are going to know what to do, even to the point where they're getting superstitious with it. They're like, oh, this is what it is that I get for such, and to a certain extent they're right. I've said this before, there's no such thing as karma, but what did they expect, though, in a sense that they're running around betraying you, betraying other people, right? Telling people that they like them or convincing them of this, and then switching up on those people. What do you think is going to happen playing with people's emotions like that? Especially considering how people can be a little bit crazy. All you need to do is just see what happens during Mercury retrograde or during a full moon. You can see it, how bugged out people can be, right? How bugged out people, how wigged out people can be. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, they don't understand that already. They don't get that they don't get that human nature is unpredictable when it's ready, and that when you run around playing with people's emotions, things are not going to go their way. They don't have enough common sense to understand this. And on top of that, they're not even thinking about how it is that they can cover their own tracks on top of that. So they're quite idiotic. So this is only natural that was going to happen, because you're doing people wrong. That's like stealing money from people. That's like stealing, billions of dollars from people, and then you don't expect people to, show up at your press conferences and stuff like this uninvited when you're hosting a televised press conference. It's like, you stealing money from people, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, what do you expect is going to happen? It's the same concept here. But to move forward, you have the Ten of Wands and the King of Swords. They're really thinking about it now. So some of them may even actually give you a call. But for you Capricorns, y'all are like, listen, don't call you, don't text you, don't come over, don't ask for your help. Why are they here? And they're like, because I thought that you could help me. And, Three of Swords, now they're trying to guilt trip you, right? Oh, I thought, you Capricorns could help me. You don't really love me. I thought you don't really care about me. I thought you would have. And it's like, you Capricorns tried to care. You tried to actually show them something. You tried to love them, but you tried to be with them, but that failed big time. And the reason why it failed is because they weren't really being honest about who they are and what they wanted. They didn't tell you that they were ultimately playing a game and that they just wanted to be around you for what it is that you can offer. Because if they would have told you Capricorns this, you Capricorns would have told them to shove that right up there. So they had to disguise that. They had to masquerade that and make it seem like they care about you. Then for them to switch up with the snap of a finger later on. But now they're coming back talking about, now they're in a messed up situation, giving you a call, or coming by even, talking about they need your help. Need your help for what? And the Three of Swords, like I said, it's the guilt trip. Don't fall for that. If you're going through this situation now where this person is calling you a lot and it seems like you're popular thanks to this person is just up yours calling you, that's because they're in a real bad situation now, right? And they know that you're one of the very few people, right, that is actually capable of helping them, that they know directly. I would suggest you Capricorns not help them, because they put themselves in this situation. Have them figure it out. The Three of Wands now represents how, and the thing is that they're just going to be around you for a very short time. Very short time. Because if you Capricorns were to tell them, hey, what's going on with you? You know, they would take the money and then get themselves out of the situation or whatever, you know, because they're going to contact you for some money. Let's tell the truth here. Let's face it. They're going to contact you for some money, you know, because they don't actually, and the reason why I know that is because when stupid people like this start calling you, they don't really ever call you for any kind of real practical advice on what to do. They call you, and to them, money is always the end all be all savior. You know, they got a hole in their knee. You know, they're going in for surgery. I need some money. You know, they got beef with somebody or whatnot they got beef with somebody. You know, the person, they don't even owe the person any kind of money. It's just a respect thing. I need some money. It's always money, right? It's always transactional. It's always based upon digits and numbers and facts and figures and stuff like this. It's always based around. These people are goofy. They put so much pride and effort into their intelligence, and it's like, but at the end of the day, on a long enough time, we're dealing with time here. We're dealing with time. We're not just talking about, you know what I'm saying? This is why I say that karma doesn't exist as well. We're not just talking about 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We're talking about thousands of years now. We're talking about the time that it takes for mountains to grow. You understand what I'm saying? Hundreds of years, thousands of years, billions of years. On that type of timeline, right? People who think that they're so intelligent like this, they're only intelligent based upon the environment and how sick the environment is. That the competition, everyone is trying to get over and snake on each other. But to say really smart and on like a long enough timeline, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm even starting to see, you know, to go in a little bit more to kind of reference some other things of this. I'm even starting to see how on other people's channels, people are starting to actually like talk about, you know, all of these people on both sides who act like they have all this money. They go through it. Some of them, I'm not going to say who, but some of them go through it state by state. Right? And actually lay out the facts and the figures, how much both sides are getting in every particular state in the union. And a lot of these people ripping and running around out here acting like they making 6 and 7 or even more figures. They're making $35,000 a year, $28,000 a year, $40,000 a year, $43,000 a year. It's like, where's this 6 and 7 plus figures that these people keep rambling on that they are, that you know, everybody else. That's why I'm trying to tell you, Capricorns, that is cap. Lived experiences and stuff like this. So, and the thing is that I've been telling all the zodiac signs, I've been telling you Capricorns this a million times. The dating pool is not what you think. All the people who stunting and fronting and stunting off and acting like they cool and they too cool for school, each and every single one of them doing bad. Each and every single one of them are doing bad. That's why it is that they gotta move like that in the first place. Because if you know what I'm saying, like if I have something that I truly want, me personally, I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm talking about me personally, I'm keeping that a secret. Like if I, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk, like if I have a pound of gold, why would I tell people that? You understand my analogy? So it's like the Seven of Pentacles is about how, so all it is that this person can ultimately do, this X, is try to butter you up again. But I'll tell you what it is that they're going to do. If you tell them no on a long enough timeline, like we was talking about, tell them no enough, they're going to stop calling you. And they're going to try that with somebody else that they know to see if that other person can bail them out of whatever type of situation. They could even be in jail. So the Wheel of Fortune, which is the Cancer Crabs at Cancer Crab energy, pulling from that polarity, and the Four of Wands, like I said, could be in jail. But for you, you know that you're making the right decision by not bailing them out, by not getting them out of situations. Because this is part of the reason why there's a lot of people do not mature emotionally. A lot of people talking about emotional intelligence. But these two cards right here are the reason why a lot of people don't get that chance, because they have other people that will bail them out, and they overly lean on others to take them out of whatever type of discomforting situation or uncomfortable situation that they're in, whether it's family members, friends, or romantic interests. So they never really learn to take responsibility, i.e. grow up or emotionally mature ever, and they stay stunted because everybody else has covered them. Me, in order for me to get to this point, not only has it been rough, it's been almost cruel. No, only recently, real talk. And even then, there's no guarantee. But only recently is there any kind of slack being cut when it comes to the mistakes or the emotional immaturity that I make. And people will go even to the point of hypocrisy to try to put me in a messed up situation so that I take the brunt for them. It's beyond the point of cruelty. It's like, this doesn't even make any sense. So in order for them to grow up, Capricorn, you have to let them go, because they're going to try this with other people. But the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands on an even higher level is how you Capricorns are getting out. A lot of you Capricorns are getting out of the rat race. Not only with dealing with them, yes. Not only with dealing with this goofy ex is what I'm talking about, but also understanding that, you're not like I said before, you're not anyone's savior. You're not trying to, you're not trying to save people. You're not trying to be a person's parent and wipe their butt and, do things for them that they should already know. There's this ideology of who pays on the dates and stuff like this. And it's like one side should pay. It's like, no, both sides should pay. The only time where one side should pay, even when living together, is when one side volunteers to pay for everybody. If the person has not volunteered to pay for everybody and they got it like that, don't burden the other, because that's a hold up. And I'll tell you why. Because of the fact that it's actually bad etiquette and bad quote unquote manners in order to be so entitled to the point where you assume that another person should pay simply because of the fact that you going out with the person. The two of you don't know each other. Y'all are getting to know each other. So let's talk about it even for real. This whole ideology of, and I may have to go deeper into this on a separate video and just kind of break that game down. But when people do stuff like that, y'all are adults talking this type of nonsense. Let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. But y'all are adults. And this ideology that, because one person, may or may not have my anatomy, they feel entitled. It's like, listen, I grew up in a household, truth be told, where my mother worked, my sister worked, I went to school because I'm the youngest, and my brothers worked. There was no such thing as My mom and my sister looked at me and my two other brothers to give them stuff. Everybody understood that we had a role. And my mom and my sister, shout outs to them. They're good. They're good, by the way, but shout outs to them. They never tripped out about, oh my gosh, I gotta work and I gotta, it's like, what do we, you know what I'm saying? And they never had a problem paying for stuff. And they had relationships. They never had a problem paying for stuff. So it's like, now it's like, what is this ideology that grown adults, find it hard to be adults? Yes, we are adults. We pay for things. We pay rent. We pay our phone bill. Like, yes, you are an adult expecting a whole other adult that doesn't owe you anything, even when in a relationship, still doesn't owe you that, really, to now just pay for stuff just exclusively. They're the only ones paying for it based upon what? Them being whatever tax? That's a dub. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. That's a whole dub. That's a dub. What? The Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Six of Pentacles, right? And that's all of that stuff is what it is I'm talking about. They all have to do with one another. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that whole discussion right then and there was for you Capricorns to understand that you're not anyone's savior and that you shouldn't be doing all this other stuff. The Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands is about how a lot of you, to clarify the Wheel of Fortune, is about you're getting the leeches up on off you. The Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands, beating them off with a stick, getting them away, right, so to speak, metaphorically. Getting them away, telling them to shooing everybody, getting them away, like, get out of here. You're not doing anything for them. Eight of Cups, walking away. You have more when you don't have them, because all it is that they can do, and anyone can do, is get in your way, try to put their hand in your pockets or live in your pockets to see how much money you have. Not like that. Get your mind out the gutter, dirty people. The Page of Pentacles and the Strength now, you graduated. You learned your lesson. And that the Strength, you're going to be more of an a-hole. You're not going to be, helping people just like this. And that it's not like you're doing it for a charitable cause, right? You're really doing it because you're generous in spirit and that you actually want to give back. No, it's like you know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to oblige you. Anytime someone tries to oblige you, it's no, because you do not have to do that. You are already the Six of Pentacles. You Capricorns already help when your mind and your heart are in the right place. You Capricorns already help the masses of people, especially if y'all get to a position in life, because Capricorns strive to be in the public eye, right? If you Capricorns get to that point, y'all help so many people out when your minds and your hearts are in the correct place so much already. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much can, you know what I'm saying? Like people can't oblige you, because it's like, how much is it that they want you to do? How much? You do so much to the point where it's like, my gosh, how much do they want you to do? And how come they're not doing anything? That's another question that needs to be asked. But that's pretty much it. Leave them alone, okay? You're getting away from some sick people who can't understand what time it is. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.